boom.
Okay, Jack, what are you going to have for snack today?
I don't know, I'm moving this to see what it lands on.
What it lands on?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Kind of like The Price is Right. Spinning that big wheel around. They got on $1. They won, what was it, 10,000? 1,000? I can't remember. Okay. Today's story, Jack picked out Chester the Brave.
Is that what we did last time?
No, we did Chester, but this is a different story about Chester. Hold on.
What is the other Chester one?
Today we have, this is the Kissing Hand series. We talked about Chester going off to kindergarten last time. So today we can either talk about Chester the Brave, Chester Raccoon and the Big Bad Bully, or Stelluna. It's about a bat.
Who's bad boy? You just said bad boy.
No, I said about a bat.
I heard bad boy.
I think that's all in your mind. The Big Bad Bully, maybe you heard that.
What?
Maybe you heard about the Big Bad Bully. Okay, there you go.
Big bad bully!
Jack does not behave like this, I'm told, in school, thank heavens. He's actually pretty mature in school. You know why? Because you know who you need to behave around, don't you? Uh-huh.
The principal.
Yep, you got to behave around the principal. You got to listen to your teacher. Got to be good. Which story are we reading today, Jack? Which one do you think? This is the Big Bad Bully? This is Chester the Brave, or Stelluna? Wait, Stellaluna, the bat. Which one are we picking? You want the Big Bad Bully? Chester the Brave? Big Bad Bully? All right, the Big Bad Bully it is. Chester Raccoon and the Big Bad Bully. Here we go. Look at that. Do you think that's Mama Raccoon with the kids? Looks like the kids are, either that's Mama or Papa, we'll see. It looks like the kids are standing behind because there's probably a Big Bad Bully coming. It says here, to Elise, whose sweetness can teach us all how to be better friends, and for my younger sister Karen, who repeatedly saved me from the badger. Aww. Chester Raccoon stood in front of his tree hollow, looking gloomy. His younger brother, Ronnie, and his best friend, Cassie, stood beside him. "We don't want to go to school," Chester told his mother. "We want to stay home with you. Please, may we stay home with you?" Look at them. Do they look scared?
What is mommy?
Here's the mama.
But what is she?
Well, it says here, he stood in front of the tree with his younger brother Ronnie and his best friend Cassie. So I'm thinking that's younger brother Ronnie. I'm thinking this is Chester and maybe this is Cassie.
Chester going a lot.
They're hanging out and they're thinking, oh crap, we gotta go to school.
Did the lights just go off?
Yeah, the lights just flickered. Maybe there's a tornado. We played tornado with the dollhouse earlier, didn't we? Now actually the air conditioner just started, which draws a little extra electricity and that makes the lights flicker sometimes. "I thought you liked school," said Mrs. Raccoon. "We do," said Chester. "Then why do you want to stay home with me?" Well, that's a good question.
You might say, "'Cause I love you, Mommy."
Aww, because I love you, Mommy. Chester lowered his head and shuffled his foot. Oh, he explained in a quiet, muffled voice. Mrs. Raccoon reached out and tenderly lifted Chester's head with her hand. "What did you say?" See, that didn't make much sense, did it? Oh, those words don't make any sense, do they?
No.
So he didn't know what to say. He's mumbling and Mom's saying, "Chester, look up here at me." Uh-oh, Jack. What is that?
The bully! bully.
The bully. Let's look at this bully. Here's Chester talking to his mama. But look over here, we got a big bad bully. Chester gazed into his mother's loving eyes and gulped. There's a bully at school. And he's horrible, cried Ronnie. He's big and mean. And he has giant claws on his hands and feet, wailed Cassie. And fangs, screeched Chester. And fire comes out of his nose. And if you get in his way, he'll step on your face and squash it like a bug. Like a bug, echoed Ronnie. Do you think they're over-exaggerating what this bully looks like?
Look how the teacher looks.
Yeah, it's just like, that's the mom. And they're like talking and explaining, their hands are moving and everything. And mom's like, really, is there really a bully like that if you can see their hands? I think they might be over-exaggerating just a wee bit. Let's see. You don't think so? Oh my, he sounds very scary, said Mrs. Raccoon. Bullies can be very difficult. I tell you what, she told the frightened cubs, I'll walk you to school and back, then we can decide what to do about this bully. So, look at Mama. She has her hands around the kids. She's walking them to school. Look at Mama. She's taking care of the kids. Uh-oh. Look at that. Do you think that's the real bully?
I don't think it is.
You don't think?
I think there's two bullies.
You think there's two bullies? Well, I think this one has a pretty sneaky look on his face. Look at this. I think this is the real bully right here.
And the other bully is real too.
And he has a little sneaky look on his face.
But I think the other bully is way scarier.
You think way scarier?
Yeah, because
he had that fire coming out of his nose.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty gross. Pretty scary. When the raccoons reached the school tree, Chester tugged on his mother's arms. That's him! That's the bully! He pointed a trembling finger. Whoops. He pointed a trembling figure. I can't even say finger. Finger. Is that how you say it? Say it to me again. Finger. He pointed a trembling finger at the badger standing by the pond. Isn't he awful? Mm-hmm. Isn't he the most scary looking bully you've ever seen? Look at him. That thing has a sly look on his face. He's like this. Can you make a bully looking face? He's like this. He's a bully. Oh my, yes, whispered Mrs. Raccoon. But I'm sure we can work things out. Before leaving, she gently fluffed Chester's mask and playfully tweaked Ronnie's nose. Aw, she's gonna leave. They're gonna work something out, but look at him. Look at this one, just hanging on to Mom. You have to excuse me, I had dental work today, so if I mess up the words, you'll know why. But look here. Aw, Mama and the little cubs just hanging on her. Be brave, she told the cubs, and gave each of her sons a comforting kiss on their palms. Remember the kiss we talked about? That was a kiss, the kissing hand, and that kiss will stay with them. And where does that kiss go to?
Heart.
The heart. So she gave her little cubs, I'm going to take this book cover off. She gave her little cubs the kiss on the hand. Aww, she loves her babies. Just like your mama loves you, huh? Turn around and sit down. Uh-oh.
There's a boy.
There's the boy. After school, Chester, Ronnie, and Cassie told Mrs. Raccoon how the badger bullied his classmates at recess. First, he snatched a ball away from the squirrel and popped it right there. Look at him, sticking his little fingernail in there, just popping it. Look at the squirrel. Squirrel's like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? He's popping my ball. Look at that. Look at the squirrel. Then he climbed atop the jungle gym and squashed the possum's fingers until the possum fell to the ground. Well, that wasn't very nice. Look at him. Look at that look again. Then he spooked a doe.
Bust him.
Yeah. Then he spooked a doe who bumped into the skunk, who got so scared that he sprayed and stunk. Even our teacher couldn't get him to behave. Look at that. The skunk, look at that, look at that, look.
Why does it look like Louis' teacher?
That's a possum. That's not Chester, that's nobody, that's the possum, one of his little playmates. And here's a skunk.
No,
Here's a deer.
It looks like a man's hand.
That's true. Oh, his feet even look like hands, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if your feet looked like hands?
Oh, yeah.
Monkey toes. Look at that though. He's scared and he made the skunk spray and now everything stinks. Have you, sit down, Jack. Have you ever smelled a skunk?
No, yes.
Yes, they stink. They stink to high heaven. So here's all the chaos this little bully is causing. I still get a kick out of that picture. That'd be like a sibling, you know? Brothers
Like,
or
what
sisters.
if you saw a boy popping your ball? Probably punch him.
Do you think you'd punch him?
Or kick him in the butt.
Oh, I wasn't quite sure what he was going to say.
Why?
I don't know, I just wasn't sure. Sometimes animals are bullies because they don't know any other way to be, explained Mrs. Raccoon. But I think there's a way.
Look.
What do you think? Look at that.
That
Oh,
was-
what's that? Is that one of those walking sticks?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I saw one.
Did you? I had one on my face before. Can you believe it?
Oh, gosh.
No. One was on my glasses. I threw my glasses onto the floor because this walking stick, I forget. Oh, I think I know how it was. I was going to get a Kleenex to blow my nose. One was on the Kleenex. I stuck it up to my face and voila, there it was. Not a good thing.
And
Not
then
a good thing.
it doesn't bite you.
No, it doesn't bite, but it startled me. So it says, sometimes animals are bullies because they don't know any other way to be, explained Mrs. Raccoon. But I think there's a way you can change things. Go get your friends and bring them to our tree. I want to share a story. Look at this, an acorn. Boink, says boink on the owl's head. Mrs. Raccoon is going to gather them all up and she's going to tell them a story. Look at her just standing there. All the little people.
What?
What? What is it? Was it a walking stick?
It's on your glasses.
Ah! Look here. She's going to talk to all the forest friends.
Hold on. Is this what you did? You did this?
Yeah, don't throw them though, actually, because I need my glasses. But yeah, I flung them onto the floor to get the walking thing off my face.
Do it how you did it, and then I can see.
Yeah, I went like this. But I'm not going to do it now because, you know, I could have broken my glasses. Then I would have had to get a new pair, and I don't want to do that. Okay, sit down. It says, a few minutes later, a crowd of eager young forest animals stood at the base of Chester's treehouse, and Mrs. Raccoon began to talk.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. It says Mrs. Raccoon began her tale, not to talk. A tale is a story. So Mrs. Raccoon is about ready to tell the story. Hey, Jack, do you know I literally have to be able to, Jack, I literally have to be able to see the pages to read. Okay, let's straighten up. Look at her. She looks so poised. She's just like this. Like the perfect storyteller up here. You can see her. Just so perfectly standing there.
please.
Now here's the story. We're going to learn a lesson from this story. We're going to learn a lesson. Once, a long time ago, there was a secret forest sprinkled in yellow stones. The stones were round and polished, big and little, and smooth enough to hold. Every animal in the forest collected and treasured them. Look at all those stones. Look at that, Jack. Look here. Look at all those stones. They match your popsicle, don't they? Put it up next here. Are they about the same color as your popsicle?
Yep, they're the same.
Yellow stones all around. They match Jack's popsicle. What is this?
Like this.
Yep. What is this?
Frog.
Frog.
Like two.
I think that's a squirrel. This is a raccoon. This looks like maybe a fox. That looks like some sort of blue bird. Uh-oh, what's that? One day, an animal found a blue stone. It was very exciting since no animal had ever seen a blue stone. Look at that.
Look at her one in apple.
Yep. But the blue stone was rough and dull, without any polish or shine. And it had very sharp, prickly points sticking out of it, making it very hard to hold. See how smooth the yellow ones are? The yellow stones?
Is that a boy?
Yep, that's the raccoon.
Is that a boy?
That's the skunk. We'll see. So anyway, this one's sharp and pointy, rough around the edges, and the yellow ones are smooth and polished. So here they are. The blue stone is right here. It's rough and pointy. There they all go. So here, this one has, it looks like a mouse, has the blue stone.
Okay. Wait.
Do you see?
Did you read that?
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't. Thank you for noticing. Careful not to hurt their paws, the animals carried the stone to the center of the forest and placed it atop a tree stump where everyone could see it. Look at them. Look at them all looking. Here it is. Look at them. Their faces are all looking. Faces are all looking at the blue stone. They're fascinated by this stone. Perhaps the stone is blue because it popped out.
Look at his eyes.
Look at that one. It's like this.
It's like he wants to take it.
Yeah. Perhaps the stone is blue because it popped out of the ground too soon, suggested a fox. So the animals waited and watched for many days and nights to see if the blue stone would turn yellow. But the stone remained blue, and its outer shell remained sharp and pointy. Uh-oh, it's not changing, is it? It's still a blue stone. No matter how long they wait, it's still a blue stone. I believe the stone is blue because that is the color it is meant to be, said a very wise snake. Therefore, we shall treasure the blue stone for the color it is. But if we want to hold the stone, as we do our yellow stones, we'll have to work together to smooth its outer shell. So they're going to accept the blue stone as it is and know that that's just how the blue stone is. And maybe there's a way that they can smooth that outer shell. Let's see here. So first the woodpeckers took turns chipping off the stone's sharp, prickly points with their beaks. Then the chipmunks rolled the stone with their noses, while other animals shined and buffed the stone. What you doing, Jack? While other animals shined and buffed the stone with tree bark and fluffy tails. In time, the blue stone was smooth and shiny as the yellow stones were. Look at this. It's getting shiny. They're all working on it. They're all working together to make that blue stone shiny, just like the yellow ones. Mrs. Raccoon smiled down at the young animals, listening to her story. The badger at your school is just like that blue stone, she explained to Chester and his schoolmates. He is a badger, and that is the way he was meant to be. But if you work together, I think you can smooth out his bullying ways. What are you doing? Come on, we're almost done with the story. We're learning how they're going to change the badger, not who the badger is, but why he behaves the way he behaves. Maybe if they work together, they can maybe help him with his bullying.
Why do they help him with his bullying?
They're going to help him because you know what? Some people who are mean, they just don't have love. Remember when we talked about bucket fillers and bucket dippers? The bucket dippers were the ones who were unhappy.
Yeah.
And whenever they were unhappy, they tried to make others unhappy. But the ones who were bucket fillers, they were filled with love. And they loved others, and that kept on filling their buckets. So they were happy. So we're happy when we're kind to people. So that bully is probably lonely. And they got to figure out why he's lonely. The next day at school, when the recess bell rang, all of the little animals went outside together. There he is, once again, that ornery badger. He's looking ready like he's going to wreak havoc, cause problems. He's over here by the tree.
Kick his butt.
Kick his butt. Do you think that'll help? Or do you think that'll just make them worse?
Probably make it worse.
Yep, sometimes that can make people worse. They huddled close to one another and walked toward the bully
Probably if someone smacked my butt, I would get mad.
You would, but sometimes, you know what, if you misbehave, sometimes it's very tempting to smack your butt.
But I would still get mad.
Yeah. They huddled close to one another and walked toward the bully in one great big confident pack, with Chester in front, holding a ball. Look at Chester's face. Look at all of them. Chester's like looking with this ball. Look at him.
Oh, he looks like he's been popping that ball.
Oh, yep. At first, the bully looked at them with a twinkle in his eye, thinking, I'll get one of you. So here they are. They're all together in a pack. And here's that bully. That bully's thinking, I'll get one of you. Oh my gosh, look at his face. Look at his face.
His face.
Look at this. But as the pack got nearer and nearer to him without a hint of fear, the badger's expression changed. That's the badger. Look at him. He's now scared of all of them.
Why?
Let's see. But the pack got nearer and nearer to him without a hint of fear. They showed no fear, that's the difference. The badger's expression changed. His eyes widened, his jaw dropped open, his knees grew weak and wobbly. Suddenly, it was the bully who was scared. See, they came to him and they showed him that together they were no longer afraid of him. He began to whimper. Look at his face. That is funny though. All of a sudden, that little sneer, whatever he was doing all the time, has worn off. He's like, oh my gosh, they're coming at me. They're all coming and they're not afraid of me anymore. Please, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
And what are they going to do?
Let's see. No.
Do you think they're
I don't think they're going to hurt him. He began to whimper and squeal. Let's see what...
But they're probably not going to fight. He's just going to stay. They're just going to make him get good.
Yep, I think he'll probably get good. Let's see what happens. He began to whimper and squeal, and he thought, they're coming to get me back. But there was nowhere to run. He just stood there with his back up against a tree as his schoolmates drew closer and closer and closer. Look at them. Look at this rabbit. This rabbit's like this. Look, even this little teeny thing, the little teeny squirrel, all of them are like this. Just looking at them, they're showing no fear in their face whatsoever.
Wait, look at the other page.
Yeah, it's just like... Finally, this is Chester, and this is the badger. Finally, Chester was nose to nose with the trembling badger. He narrowed his eyes and looked as serious as his little furry face would allow.
Oh, he's turning good.
Yep. Then, without hesitation, he held up the ball, looked straight into the bully's eyes, and asked, what do you think he wanted to ask? What do you think he asked?
You want to play?
You want to play? You were right. That's what he said. Look at that. Have you ever heard the best way, what is it? Something about making your enemy your friend? I forget what it is. But anyway, Badger looks real tough and mean there. And he's looking right at, the raccoon.
What if if you go be nice, what if he still was bad?
Well, we'd have to see about that. There's a point where you can play with someone and be nice and be kind to them. But sometimes if people keep on being mean, that's another story. Sometimes you do have to steer clear of some people, but I think a lot of times...
I thought you were going to say shoot.
No, a lot of times we just have to show love. But sometimes even love doesn't help, but most of the time I think it does. So here is Chester the raccoon looking at that badger. He's looking like, I'm going to show you. But instead, he turns around and he asks him, hey, do you want to play? Huh. The surprised bully stopped shaking. He looked at his classmates who were laughing and offering friendship. You want me to play with you? That's what he's saying. You want me? Look at him. He's going like this. He can't understand it. They actually want him to play. Look at him.
He's not going to pop it. He's just going to play.
They want him to play. You want me to play with you? He squealed with delight. He gently took the ball out of Chester's hands. Okay, he told them. I'll play.
Oh my gosh, why does he look so mad?
Because he wanted to scare him, and then he showed him that he was kind. That he was still worth playing with. That he could be good.
Why does he have the ball?
He's going to give him the ball. They're going to play with the ball. And the
but he looks mad like that.
Well, right there. And then he turns around and look, he smiles. Jack, for crying out loud. He gently took the ball out of Chester's hand. Listen to this. Listen to what he says. Stop. Okay, he told them. I'll play. So in one short moment, the badger softened and the bully became a friend. Guess what? They're friends now. The badger didn't need to bully anyone ever again. He didn't need to bully them because they were going to play with him. They were going to show him kindness. So the badger's going to have fun. Oh, look at him. The badger is right in the center of all the friends, and he's smiling. He no longer has that mean look on his face. He no longer has that bully look.
Like when he was mean?
He would go like this. Now he's like this. Chester glanced towards the wooden path and saw his mother watching and smiling. She placed a kiss in her palm and showed it to her son. Chester did the same and then joined in the fun. Look at that. They're all happy. Chester's mom showed him the little heart, the love that we are to share with others when we go like this.
Like remember that one where you like jump, when you like, one of the things where you like jump and pay in the thing? Mm-hmm. It's like he like go.
So that was a good story. That was a good story about love. And you know who else shows love? Who else shows love?
What?
Who else do we know who shows love to everyone?
I don't know. Jesus. I was going to say Pappy.
Were you going to say Pappy? Pappy is a good man, isn't he? He shows love to a lot of people. But Jesus does too. And Jesus, that's a lesson too, like Jesus would teach us. He teaches us to be kind to those who aren't kind to us. We're to love those who don't love us. Because love is what turns a person's heart around.
But now that the one is turning good, and the bully is showing love now.
That's right. The bully is now showing love. He too can show.
Before, he was not.
He was not showing love before.
He was showing bad love.
He was showing bad love. And now that they showed love to him, guess what?
Let's play. What?
He can show love to others.
Okay, let's do it.
All righty. Hey, well, thank you for joining Jack and I today for the story Chester Raccoon and the Big Bad Bully.
Let's tell them how many books we read.
Okay, so far I'm thinking now we have read, let me see, if we put this down, we would have read 68 books.
Yeah, we need 64 books. I want to go all the way up to 1 from 64.
All righty. So next week, well, it'll probably be 2 weeks because you go to school in the off weeks. We'll share another story, but this was another one.
The off week. She said I go to school in the off week.
You're going to the school next week, and then on the weeks that you're off of school, we'll do the story time books. Okay. So we're probably going to share a book every 2 weeks now instead of every week. But I found this book at Amazon, and you can buy them used. And it is the Kissing Hand series. There's quite a few good ones. So next time we'll read either, we have a couple of books here, either Stella Luna, it's about a little bat, or we'll read Chester the Brave. So we'll see. Have a great week, everyone, and Jack and I will see you again.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, we need to pray.
We need to pray. Very good, very good. Okay. Thank you, Lord, for a wonderful day. Thank you for the gift of love. And Lord, help us to show love to others, even when we don't feel like it. We love you and we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Me too.
That was a good story, wasn't it?
Yep, I'll turn it off. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
we're still recording.
Well, I'll turn it off.
Okay, you turn it off.
Thank you, bye.
Gently.
Look, we can like see it's just videoing that. Oh.